Rebuilding yourself is one of the most profound and courageous journeys a person can undertake. It's an inner revolution, a call to rise from the ashes of what was and step into the light of what can be. Life as we know it is unpredictable. At times it may feel like a calm and steady river, while at other times it may seem like a tumultuous storm, leaving behind debris in its wake. We all face moments where life as we know it shatters, and we find ourselves surrounded by the broken pieces of dreams, hopes, and expectations. It could be a sudden loss, a harsh failure, a relationship that crumbles, or an unexpected change in circumstances. In those moments, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and defeated, as if the ground beneath you has crumbled and you're left standing in a void of uncertainty. Yet, those moments, those very moments of despair carry within them the seeds of transformation. They provide the opportunity to rebuild, to reshape, and to redefine who you are. Rebuilding yourself starts with a shift in perspective. Often we cling to the idea of who we thought we were supposed to be, and we resist the changes that life forces upon us. But what if instead of resisting, we embrace those changes as a gift? What if we saw every challenge, every setback, and every hardship as an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to evolve? It's in these moments that we realize we are not bound by our past, nor are we prisoners of our circumstances. We have the power to rebuild ourselves, to start anew, and to transform our lives into something better, something stronger, something more beautiful than before. The journey begins with a single conscious decision, the decision to take responsibility for your life, no matter what has happened, and to commit to the process of change, no matter how difficult it may seem. Rebuilding yourself is not a simple process. It's not about waking up one day and deciding that everything will be different. It's a journey that requires time, patience, and a deep sense of commitment. It starts with acceptance, accepting where you are in this moment without judgment, without regret. Acceptance does not mean giving up or resigning yourself to a life that you are not happy with. It means recognizing the reality of your situation, acknowledging your pain, your fears, your disappointments, and then deciding that you will not let these things define you. When you accept where you are, you free yourself from the chains of denial and the weight of trying to change things that are beyond your control. Acceptance is the first step toward freedom, the first step toward rebuilding. Think of someone like J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before she became a household name, she faced a period in her life that she described as being as poor as it is possible to be in modern Britain without being homeless. She was a single mother, living on government benefits, struggling with depression, and trying to support her daughter. She had a dream of writing, but her first book was rejected by numerous publishers. It would have been easy for her to give up, to resign herself to her circumstances. But instead, she decided to rebuild herself from the ground up. She didn't let rejection define her. She kept going, rewriting, and refining her story. Eventually, she became one of the most successful authors in the world. Her story is a powerful testament to the strength of rebuilding oneself, no matter how many times life knocks you down. Another example is Oprah Winfrey, who faced significant hardship in her early years. Born into poverty and subjected to abuse, she could have easily been defeated by her circumstances. But instead, she chose to take control of her life to rebuild herself. She used her struggles as fuel, refusing to let her past dictate her future. Oprah went on to become one of the most influential media moguls in history. Her journey shows us that rebuilding yourself is not about where you come from, but about the choices you make along the way. In our own lives, we might not be facing such monumental challenges, but the principles remain the same. Imagine you've just lost a job that you dedicated years of your life to. The immediate reaction might be despair, frustration, and fear about the future. You might feel like everything you've worked for has crumbled. But instead of viewing this loss as an end, consider it an opportunity, a chance to rebuild yourself. Perhaps it's a sign to pursue that passion you've always set aside, to explore a new field, or to start a business you've always dreamed of. Losing something significant can be the catalyst for discovering what you are truly meant to do. Let's take the example of Colonel Harlan Sanders, the founder of KFC. He was rejected more than 1,000 times when he tried to sell his fried chicken recipe to restaurants. He faced countless failures, setbacks, and rejections throughout his life. In fact, he didn't achieve his success until he was in his 60s. But instead of giving up, he rebuilt himself time and time again. His persistence and determination to keep going, even when the odds were stacked against him, show that it's never too late to rebuild yourself and create something new. Sometimes the journey of rebuilding yourself isn't just about success in the professional world, it's about healing and growth on a personal level. Take Elizabeth Gilbert, the author of Eat, Pray, Love. After a painful divorce, she found herself lost and heartbroken. Rather than letting her pain consume her, she decided to embark on a journey of self-discovery. She traveled the world, learned to reconnect with herself, and found joy, spirituality, and love again. Her journey teaches us that rebuilding yourself is also about taking the time to understand who you are, rediscovering your passions, and redefining what happiness means to you. Once you have accepted your reality, it's time to look within. This is where the hard work begins. Self-reflection is a powerful tool, but it requires honesty, courage, and the willingness to face the parts of yourself that you may have been avoiding. Ask yourself, what are the patterns in your life that keep repeating? What fears are holding you back? What beliefs do you hold about yourself that are limiting your potential? This is not an easy process because it requires you to confront the truth of who you are, stripped of all the masks, the excuses, and the stories you have told yourself. But it is only by facing the truth that you can begin to change it. It is only by looking within that you can start to rebuild yourself from the ground up. In this journey of rebuilding, one of the most important things you can do is to learn the art of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about condoning the actions of others or erasing the past. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of resentment and bitterness. It's about letting go of the pain that is keeping you stuck in the past, unable to move forward. And just as you must forgive others, you must also learn to forgive yourself. We are often our own harshest critics, holding ourselves to impossible standards and beating ourselves up for every mistake, every failure, every misstep. But the truth is, you are human, and being human means being imperfect. It means making mistakes, falling down, and sometimes losing your way. Forgive yourself for the times you did not know better, for the times you acted out of fear or pain. Forgive yourself so that you can move forward, so that you can begin to rebuild. As you let go of the past, you create space for something new. This is the time to set new goals, to redefine what you want for your life. It's a chance to start over, to reimagine who you want to be. But this time, set goals that are aligned with your true self, with your deepest values and desires. Do not set goals based on what others expect of you or what you think you should be doing. Instead, listen to your heart, trust your intuition, and let that guide you. Remember that rebuilding yourself is not about becoming someone completely different. It's about becoming more of who you truly are. It's about stripping away the layers of fear, doubt, and insecurity that have been holding you back, and revealing the strength, courage, and beauty that has always been within you. Rebuilding yourself also means surrounding yourself with the right people. The journey can be lonely at times, but it does not have to be walked alone. Seek out those who support you, who uplift you, who believe in your potential even when you doubt yourself. These are the people who will remind you of your strength when you feel weak, who will encourage you to keep going when you want to give up. And just as you seek support from others, be willing to give it in return. When you help others rebuild their lives, you are also strengthening the foundation of your own. One of the most powerful lessons you will learn as you rebuild yourself is the importance of discipline. Change is not easy, and there will be times when you feel like giving up, when the old ways seem easier, more comfortable. But true transformation requires consistent effort. It requires showing up for yourself every single day, even when you don't feel like it. It's about making the choice over and over again to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps may seem. Because every step, no matter how tiny, brings you closer to the life you want to create. And in the process of rebuilding, you will face failure, you will encounter setbacks, disappointments, and moments of doubt. But these are not signs that you are failing. They are simply part of the journey. Embrace them, learn from them, and let them make you stronger. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of success. It is the soil from which growth emerges, the fire through which you are tempered, refined, and made stronger. The journey of rebuilding yourself is a journey of transformation. It is about rising from the ashes, not as who you were, but as a new and stronger version of yourself. It is about understanding that you are not defined by your past, but by the choices you make today. It is about realizing that no matter how broken you may feel, you have within you the strength, the resilience, and the courage to rebuild yourself into someone you can be proud of. Ultimately, this journey is about embracing the truth that you are capable of change, that you are capable of growth, and that you are worthy of the life you dream of. It is about believing yourself, even when it feels impossible, even when the world has given you every reason to doubt. Because in the end, the power to rebuild yourself, to transform your life, to become who you were always meant to be, lies not in the hands of others, but within you.